Hello fiber friends and polycrafters. Welcome to another episode of Maddie Makes. Today we have more fleece. I received 3 new fleeces, and let me flip the camera around and I will show them to you. This is a mixed breed long wool. This is 11 pounds of fleece. I weighed it in just a basic plastic bag. Most of it's together. You see this little pile there by the bench, that is disassociated. I really don't know where that little bits came from, but we'll sort them out. I would normally think that this is the head because it's covered in hay, but this is also where it's dirty and poopy, so I'm going around the sides. So, I really don't know. This could be the head going this way with that over there being more the hind end. That's more of the dirty bits. I started picking on this fleece a little bit, skirting off the more nasties, and I will continue doing that. The blanket down the middle looks really nice though. And this should be like a cream colored sheep when we are done. The other 2, I'll film those when I get laid out, but we have a mixed breed, another mixed breed long wool that is 9.87 pounds, and that was weighed in the plastic bag. And then I have a Willamette Blackface and Chevalt mix, and it was 6.36 pounds. So there's quite a bit there too. And it should be white. That's all dirt that's going to get skirted away. So I'll get to skirting this and I'll show you what I have left. Hey, I'm back, and we're getting back into the shade again. This is that same long wool, mixed breed long wool that I was working with. I sorted it out to what I was going to keep and wash and what bits just need to be skirted away. Mostly, start over here. Way too dirty to get clean. And over here, this long strip that wraps around by the railing is just muddy and filth covered, and there's no way of getting any of that clean. This center section looks pretty good, and I will break it out smaller to make sure. But it looks good. I'm pretty sure I can wash most of the color dirt away. So that leaves me with a pretty good sized chunk. This piece is covered in hay. There is no way to get all this out, which is really sad because these ringlets are super cute, but it's almost an impossible task trying to get all this out of the wool. And this bit over here is matted and filthy like belly wool, so that will all go. So I'll get all this cleaned up and I'll tell you how much weight I have left. This fleece was originally over 11 pounds. I weighed what I removed and subtracted that from the total of just over 11 pounds, which leaves this mass at just around 4 pounds. It's a lot of removal, but I'd rather take the cream of the crop than have to deal with poundage of, fiber that is just going to be way too difficult to deal with. So you have to look at your return on your investment, because it does take time and resources to wash and clean fiber. And you can see the amount of vegetation, just that one chunk left behind. And I swept the deck before we started. But it just wasn't worth going through all that hassle. But it left me with some really pretty fiber. I'm going to have to watch it. There's a few burrs on here. I have to pull those out. But the rest looks really good. And most of the veggie matter that's sitting on it should just shake out. It's not embedded like the mass I removed was. And should be really good. So I'll get this bagged up and ready for washing, then we'll pull out the next fleece. Hey fiber friends, I'm back with fleece number 2. This is another mixed breed long wool. It was 9.87 pounds. Most of it's together. This section here is not. It's separated. It has some very interesting patterns on it though. Really fine, really dirty, but really fine. Crimping, and then fluffy matted stuff. So I'll go through that. A lot of this dark bits, that's, you know, tags. It's gross. We're gonna lose that. But a lot of this is like almost a gray tone cream, and I think that'll clean up. It's not too bad with dirt and gunk. So I'll get the grossness skirted away from this, and most of the middle is good, especially if I can get some of that hay and whatnot off. It looks like it's just on the top, not all the way through, so I think I can just shake that off. That'd be good. And get rid of the tags around these sides here. Sides here. There we go. Point to the right thing. And it should be good, pretty good. So I'll be back when I'm done with that. Hello, fiber friends. Welcome back. This is number 3 of the new fleeces that I received. It came out in pieces, so I can't really figure out what end is what, and it wants to really adhere to each other. So these fleeces were sheared early June, right after a rain, and I picked this one up beginning of July after we had a huge heat wave. It got up to like 116 here. So not good for being a fleece because the heat just is, the lanolin just cakes up. This one doesn't look bad. I don't have that deep yellowing like we did on the last one. It actually looks, it's shady here, so it looks pretty good color-wise. I think it's gonna wash out to be a nice whitey cream. As far as that's concerned, it's dirty as much as I expect a farm-raised animal to be, and I think it's gonna clean up really well. This one is a Willamette Blackface Javolt mixed breed. So she's really pretty. So we have a staple length around 2.5, 3 inches. Here's the lovely cleaner spot. I'm blocking my own light. I'm kind of blocking my own light, I'm sorry. Trying to pull out a piece for you. So this is where it was sheared. There's the tips are a little dirty, but it's pretty fine. It's pretty breezy. There's other bits on it. I think next year they need to shear the hair sheep last. Little pieces of it seem to be in everything. Let's see, the tips are a little dirty, but I'm pretty sure they'll wash out. And I can feel the lanolin and dirt on it. But see, it's like, it's about 2.5 to 3 inches. And the crimp on it's really pretty. Trying to get a good view of that crimp. Here, I'll put it on my deck and get a little contrast. So you can see the crimp on that. And it's fine to medium on it. We'll see how it washes up. It might be fine enough to mix with the alpaca I have, because I was thinking about doing 80% alpaca, 20% of the finest white wool I have. So maybe this one, maybe the pure Willamette Blackface. We'll see which one's finer, which one's whiter. And do some blends, because it will lead to having memory in that blend. And that'll be really, really good, and I'll hopefully video that and show you guys. So this is the last fleece. It was 6.36 pounds. I have a new scale now, so I can actually weigh them, which makes me happy. And I will get this cleaned up and see how much is left. There's not that much dirty on it. Not that much I think I'm going to pull out. And there's not that much veggie matter on it. It looks pretty good. And this is like a twin size sheet I think I have now. But the white background I think is better to actually see. Let me know if it isn't. But let me get it sorted and we'll see what we have left. Hey, I'm back. It's now like the 4th of August. It took me absolutely forever to fully process these fleeces, and then we had vacations and whatnot. So I wanted to wrap up on the 3 wool fleeces I got. And I got the scale out. So there we go. The mixed sprig long wool that came in the clear bag that was originally over 11 pounds. All washed up. It is 5.79 pounds. And the mixed breed that came in the black bag that was almost 10 pounds, fully washed up. It's only around 3.5 pounds. There's a lot of dirt that got washed out. This one had a lot of veggie matter in it. That's the one with the huge amount of veggie matter that got kicked out. So yeah, so down by half. From a total fleece to fully washed is about half the weight. Same holds true on the black face Chevault mix. The total was 6.36 pounds, and after being skirted and washed, it was 2.64 pounds. So when you go to buy a fleece that is like the full fleece, look at it and see how dirty it is, because you might be paying, you know, $30 for only 3 pounds of fleece, even though the total of the bag is 9. So just keep that in mind, that after you skirt it and wash it, the poundage really goes down. But then let me show you what this looks like. So this one is now in the black bag. This one is in the paisley bag, and this one is in the purple bag. So look over here. It's the black bag. So this is the 5 pounds of fleece, and see how big that bag is? Right behind it's a 25-pound tote. So you see how huge that bag is. So just shy of 6 pounds of fleece is still huge. I don't think I can untie the bag with one hand, but absolutely huge. I call this my rodeo bag. I was gifted fabric. I was not going to put that in a quilt. Not my style. Don't know anyone who'd really want that in a quilt. Makes a great farm bag. And the fleece washed out pretty good. Super, super shiny. It'll dye up really pretty. But there's still a lot of veggie matter in it. That is actually not a pretty handful. It gets better. But let's see. That's pretty. A little bit dark on the tips, but in processing, some of that will come out as well. And you can dye right over it. But that's still a lot of fiber. That is a lot of fiber. This paisley bag is the one that weighs 3.5 pounds. I'm kind of digging the crazy fabric. And I did a big tie string on you, and I put the label on it. This still gets way more bag than fabric than fleece, but compared to, there's some measuring devices there. We'll just compare it. It's huge. Still going to be several sweaters worth, and it's finer than this one, than the one in the black bag. So much softer. Came out a lot cleaner. Looks pretty good on camera. And it still has that shine to it. Anytime you have a fleece that's shiny, it normally dyes up really pretty. And then this purple bag, this is our Willamette black face. And that just wanted to fall right out, so we'll let it. And that is a lot of fleece in there. Here, put that away. And that is 2.64 pounds done, and it's still a huge volume because there's a lot of air in there. You know, this is going to make a really dense yarn. It's pretty fine. I don't have a micron counter, but it's pretty fine. Still has stuff in it, but a lot of that will process out. And there's the conclusion of those 3 fleeces. So I got this whole film to put back together and post. If you want to know how to make the bags, let me know. I kind of just did my own thing and made my own pattern on that. Does use a lot of yardage, but the bags are absolutely huge. I almost just put my 11-year-old son in them because I thought it'd be cute. He was not entertained. But thank you, fiber friends and polycrafters. See you in the next vid.